When I went into debt to pay for my niece's college, my sister promised, "We'll pay you back with interest." But when I needed help paying my medical bills, she hung up on me. "You've always been a pathetic leech." My brother added, "You're not family. You're just a convenience." That week, I sold something I never thought I would. And with that money, I made sure they'd feel true inconvenience very, very soon. I was always the one who stayed small so others could have more. It started early. My brother Caleb was the firstborn, loud, athletic, confident. My parents worshipped him. They framed his report cards, came to every game, paid for SAT tutoring when he asked. My sister Maura came last, 6 years younger than me. She was sensitive and beautiful with this ability to make everyone around her want to protect her. My mom used to say, "Maura is going to change the world someday." Me? I was quiet. I stayed in my room, read books, got B's. I learned to cook early because no one else would. I stayed out of the way. When I was a teenager, I figured if I just worked hard and didn't cause problems, they'd maybe thank me for something one day. They didn't. The year I turned 19, my life changed forever. It was a cold October morning when we got the news. My parents had been driving back from a weekend trip. A drunk driver hit them head on. They died instantly. I don't remember much from the funeral. I just remember how cold I felt. Not outside, inside. Like I had just been cut loose from something that was barely holding together in the first place. Caleb and Maura reacted differently. Caleb was already married and living 3 states away. His wife Diane handled most of the logistics, bank accounts, the house, the lawyer. Caleb cried once at the service and then flew back to Atlanta 2 days later. Maura completely shut down. She was only 16. The state gave us a few options. She could go into temporary foster care or one of us could take guardianship. Caleb didn't even offer. So, I did it. I dropped out of my second year of college and brought Maura to live with me. I was renting a basement unit under a retired couple's home. It was just 1 bedroom and a small den, but I gave her the bedroom and slept on a futon in the corner. I worked part-time at a local nonprofit during the day and took freelance gigs online at night. I drove her to school, packed her lunches, helped her with homework when I could. She didn't make it easy. Some nights she'd scream at me. Other nights she wouldn't say a word. I'd hear her crying behind the door. I didn't blame her. She was grieving, and I wasn't her mother, but I was the only one she had. Caleb visited once. He brought Maura a new iPhone and gave me a $100 Target card for groceries. He told me I was doing a good thing, then left early because Diane had plans. I remember standing in the kitchen that night, looking at that gift card and thinking, this is all I'm worth to him. For 2 years, I raised her alone. I didn't date, didn't go out, didn't take care of myself. I just worked and tried to keep her stable. She applied to college senior year and shocked me by getting into an expensive private university in New England. Her guidance counselor said she had a strong essay about overcoming grief. I helped her write it. I still remember one line she used, "My sister saved my life." At the time, it made me cry. Now it makes me sick. The school offered her a partial scholarship, but it wasn't enough. Caleb and Diane promised they'd help, but the actual money never came. The deadline was coming up. Maura begged me, said this was her chance to start over, that she couldn't go to community college. I believed her. I wanted her to have the life I never got. So, I took out loans in my name, federal parent plus loans. You can do that even if you're not technically the parent, as long as you can prove you've supported the student. I remember clicking the submit button and feeling like I was signing away my future. It was $67,000 over 4 years. Every semester, I dealt with the forms, the disbursements, the phone calls. Maura didn't always answer my texts, but she'd call when she needed books or groceries or rent. I sent her whatever I had. I stopped going to the doctor, skipped oil changes, sold furniture, took on weekend tutoring shifts just to stay afloat. When she graduated, she moved to Chicago with her boyfriend. She didn't even come back for her things. Just mailed me a thank you card with a coffee shop gift card inside. $25, no note. I told myself it was fine. She was young. She'd pay me back when she was settled. Then I got sick. It started small, just fatigue, then pain in my joints. Brain fog so thick I couldn't read a book without forgetting the first sentence by the end of the page. I thought I was just burned out. But it got worse. After months of tests, I was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune condition. Treatment wasn't fully covered by my insurance, and I had to go part-time at work because I physically couldn't get through a full day. The bills piled up fast. Cobra was $724 a month. My savings were gone. I didn't want to ask for help, but I had no choice. I called Caleb first. He sounded annoyed that I called during work. I tried to explain what was going on. I told him I'd been in the hospital, that I was trying to keep up with bills, but I was scared, that I just needed help for a few months. He went quiet for a second, then said, "You've always been a pathetic leech." I couldn't even speak. Then he said, "You're not family. You're just a convenience. You always were." Then he hung up. I stared at the wall for maybe 10 minutes. Then I called Maura. She didn't even let me finish. As soon as I said, "I've been in the hospital," she cut me off. "Don't start guilt-tripping me," she said. "I'm not your bank." Click.